Night night. I want to talk about one problem that I do have, and I guess it's a very common problem, but it really bothers me, and it have a few aspects to it. It is related to screens and platforms, social media platforms, especially in my case. I'd say YouTube being the biggest one of them. And to have that almost compulsively action of just consuming and consuming more and spending the time when you know you would hope to spend it differently. I don't exactly know if it's about the want, and even if it's for your want to spend your time differently, then something happens there where you are literally like hijacked and put down, and you let yourself get sucked into this cycle of just doom scrolling or hopping on platforms, or what it really is just looking for a new hit, and as we all know already, like that's what the algorithms do, is just to provide the mixture of information where you get these dopamine hits. But I believe it's not only the algorithm; it's the blue lit screens themselves, and I think beneath all of that is there's also like it's a way to run away from some sort of emotion, whether that's the pattern that you know what you should do, or you would like to take action, but you let your feelings get in the way. You know that you don't feel exactly comfortable doing it now. You don't really feel doing it, and then you just put your attention somewhere else. So it's a really game of attention, and that is the most. It is one of the most valuable currencies in the today's day and age overall, where people put their attention. That's where the advertisers are. That's where the money flows. That's where this time is spent. So 100% the time, also our health, but our time especially is the asset that holds the most value. Like there's no having it back, at least in this lifetime, as you are right now. And where we put the attention, that's where we put our time also. And that way it's like a soul crashing when you find yourself spending on these, or when you find yourself awakening from this loop of doing the same action you just yesterday thought you are not gonna do anymore. And I'm sure many of can relate to this issue, but like I don't know how deep does it go for everyone. Is it those the fact that the algorithms and the computing and the research, what is done, and the amount of content that is available, that a human being not having any guardrails are in a very bad spot. Like you are in a very bad spot, and you open your phone, and I would say that you have to set some guardrails. And second of all, then is coming back to your real life. So when you have a purpose, when you have a mission, and you have a passion for life and for doing what excites you, then who has a time for doom scrolling in hours and hours? I know the process, the process itself is there, like the hooking algorithms and the blue screens, but when it comes more compulsory for over long periods of time during the day, I feel like there is a more deeper sense of avoidance of certain feelings. You put your attention somewhere where it's almost like you don't have to take responsibility at that moment. And it's counterintuitive, because once you do that, then you're probably gonna worsen your situation, and that responsibility is still gonna hit you later, or after the fact that when you lift your head out of the phone. And that can also be the cycle and the trigger to go back into there, because then you realize that how bad you have done, you don't want to face it, and then you might just jump right back into it. It might be any kind of emotion anyways, any kind of promise that you make yourself, any kind of dream that you are dreaming to have, or goal you want to accomplish, or trauma that you want to, or you have to face. And therefore, if you don't do it, and even if you consciously say it, the unconscious is what rules. The emotions are which drives you. If you don't have a very consistent conscious practice. So yeah, I just want to put it out. I was trying to upload some videos today. I have had a lot of trouble with YouTube app on my phone, where I literally just have been uploading a few videos for the last 2 days. So they go into this uploading mode and nothing ever happens. Sometimes they have a time estimation. I don't know if I would have to keep my app open for whatever 30-40 minutes waiting there, but I think it's a bit ridiculous, and I'm just not getting the videos out from my phone to the cloud, which is strange. So I will set up some automation workflow where I just can drop them into some folder and off they go. Because right now, again, I was uploading them on my bed, and they didn't go forward, and I'm like, I don't even shoot video, because the old ones are not even going out. And actually this what happened today just bothered me. Like this behavior just when I was uploading these videos, and then I was on my phone and hopping around different apps and spending time. I just like sometimes I observe that, and I'm both amused and terrified. I'm terrified. I'm amused that how stupid that must look, how helpless that kind of human is, where they just go for the next thing, for another thing, for the next thing. They look for something, but they never get it. And it's this constant rush forward, constant seeking of something. And it's like a very modern symptom of modern life, where people are hooked on their phones. And I same time have that amusement often when I'm around with other people, and I try to pay attention more to people and just be present, and then I see 4 or 5 people around me and everyone holding their phone. So it's like there's like 6 different realities simultaneously. And yeah, it's just so crazy and hilarious to watch. And same time, it's like very sad. It's sad for myself, because even if you observe yourself, you might consciously observe yourself and you think like, wow, I'm still doing it again, and then it still pulls you so hardly. It still pulls you towards it, and it still you kind of, I don't even know if there's a need to have a very strong willpower to fight against it, because you're just fighting against it. You are you have to be either very strong. For me, what helps is that I have very strong restrictions. I have these apps like Freedom, and I use Apple own screen time software, and I literally just block out different apps and different apps and social media during the day and during the nighttime, on the evening and early morning. So I don't have the possibility to do it, and that's one of the most easier way for me. And even when you have the apps available, and you would think that, okay, I have a incredible willpower to go against it. It's kind of like also ridiculous to think about that you just have to muscle yourself through not to use these platforms. Like I believe that you would still, as I mentioned before about the emotions, I believe that you would still not go to the core issue. You would manpower yourself out not using the apps, and maybe you can do that for a few hours or even a few days or a few weeks. But if there's a not underlying cause of recognizing why you go for those apps, yes, initially you might get off that dopamine, because your dopamine receptors are fried with if you use daily phone, you are looking at the blue lit screen and browsing these short form content. Getting out of that is like getting out of some sort of drugs. So yes, maybe in that sense you have to exert your willpower to go through that initial phase, but from there to find that deeper meaning, that why I'm doing it, why this is my safe haven. Why do I want to shut off just to watch social media, to watch some content? And I think it's almost, people think it's already like a norm that you have that. If you are not like 100% hooked, you still can do this brain like what would you call it, like a rest period for 1 to 2 hours a day. Oh, it's okay to just relax and not think about anything. Like, are you not thinking about anything? The algorithm gives a lot of confusing information. There's stuff you like, there's stuff you don't like, there's stuff that excites you, there's stuff that scares you, there's something very new, there's something that you know. I think it's a very stimulating, and it's not necessarily very relaxing. That if people say they need to have the time to relax, and I personally say that's the state that a lot of humans have been used to right now, and that's almost like the state where they can be so stimulated without really exerting their body and without exerting their mind, and just taking information in. And once they are so stimulated, they might forget about the pain in their body. They might forget about the uncomfortable emotions that they are going through, what their body are telling. They don't want to get stuck in these thought loops, and it can be scary for them, so they just consume information from outside. And I think that's what it already is. Yes, 100% you can find inspiration, you can find exciting people, you can find new ideas, and there's a lot of that. I just haven't found, I haven't really get into these short form platforms myself. The YouTube is the only one where I watch long form videos, and I sometimes happen to scroll the short form content as well. But like, I never used TikTok or really Instagram when the videos came onto the platform. And I don't know if there's a really easy way or safe way to consume this kind of content where you find the inspiration. There's that, but there's so much other stuff. And initially, I believe that all of us are meant to create in our own way. And yes, we can find inspiration on others' work, but it's same with the self-help, and I'm very guilty of this. Like I want to get into the next stage of my life. I want to learn about some more information, how to get out of this situation, to go forward, and that's all the reasons and rationality that your mind gives you. Okay, you just need this one piece of information, one action list that you can go forward, one spike of inspiration. And not to say that that's not possible, to have an experience, to have an insight, to have something that sparks, something will eventually spark that real forward movement. And still, I don't think it comes from outside. It's an outside trigger that makes the wheels turn from inside. But to live in that illusion that you still need that one more thing, you need something to be in a certain position that you can start doing the change. And yes, that's an illusion. That's an illusion for anyone in self-development, in relationships, as an artist, whatever. So as I'm talking to myself with this as well, I'm just gonna give myself an advice as well, and is to have that switch. Luckily, I'm already having the switch in sense that I'm putting content out. I wish that there would be an app where I just literally, and the YouTube Studio app should be the one that I should just put video and upload it. And that bloody doesn't work. I don't understand how it does not work on my phone, and it's kind of frustrating because that would be the ideal way for me to just shoot content and put it out. Because right now, for my own progress, consuming any other information is not helpful. It's again the same trap that I think, or I might need this information and I see the thumbnails, I need the titles, or that might be give me some extra insights, but what it usually really does, it just takes out hours of my day, and might leave me resentful, but if not that, it will leave me exhausted, confused, and and the fact that happened that I didn't take action. So I just gathered some more information, but I didn't have any practicality. So to find just a certain type of goal, certain type of direction, where you can have a small plan to have a certain type of action steps, and then give you permission to shut off from the outside information. And this can be also regarding to your thoughts. So your thoughts about this action, how good is it? What does it make me feel? It's like, no, you have the action plans already. So stop taking that input, focus on the action and get it done. And it's never gonna be perfect, the action steps itself. You just have to go and do it to figure out which one works for you. Yes, you might get outside help, you might receive coaching and get better advice to go more faster and further, but you're still gonna make mistakes. You're still gonna have to learn for yourself, have to see what works on your style. So to find that spot where you could close out the outside information, focus either creating or putting information out, or executing the steps that you have laid before you. And ideally you do both. You can do some sort of expression, whether that's talking on a video, writing, daily writing, painting, making music, talking to other people, and then doing the steps which require work discipline, even uncomfortable feelings, but they are just the steps that you will work so you can get ahead. And I don't know how long that will take to gather the real momentum. But what I see that whenever I also get some sort of momentum, it's very important to keep stacking it up, because in the beginning, very small stuff can hinder it, and then you easily crumble. So whether that's you're falling on the bad habits that okay, I might spend that 2 hour of brain resting to see these videos, which turns to 4 hour, or even it was only 2 hours, but then you're gonna do it on the next day as well. Yeah, I don't know how someone make it work, and if you are like extremely busy and you work like a very productively hours in end per day, or even successfully just a few hours, maybe you have a time to do it, maybe you enjoy it, but could you enjoy just spending more time on the nature instead of it, clearing your mind and getting rest in different way. So maybe all in all, my message here and coaching for self is to focus on creating instead of consuming, and to lay out the plan, and in the moment to seek out and create a certain period of time where you don't have any input and you only do output. And that's output is like executing steps, whether that's for your hobby, personal development, or business, or anything that makes impact in your life, anything that is something that you are trying to achieve, what your heart calls for, and you feel like would get you forward in your life, but might be even scary. I think being scary is a good indicator of okay, this is probably something I should do. So that's that. And like I say in some earlier videos, which are not uploaded yet because of this process, is to also shoot videos in these quote unquote bad days, and it's late already. I want to go sleep. I had something this on my chest just while I was trying to upload the videos, and I was juggling with the phone on the evening, and a compulsory feeling observing that just got me thinking like, wow, here I am again. And the best way get it forward for me right now is to express it out, put it out there, so it's already moving. It's also moving within me. So tomorrow I don't come with that much of attention to it, with that much of I already experienced it, and I moved forward. So I will choose differently tomorrow, and I recommend you to do so as well, if you choose to. Okay. Cool. Get these guys ready to go inside. I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow.